Hey folks, welcome back to another video. You join me cycling down to a spot to do a video. I am taking one for the team today. It is absolutely disgusting weather, but it's a rare day off and I thought I'd better make the most of it. Boy is, oh he's there, looking the part next to the lake. Can't see a lot down there. Supposed to be able to see Snowdon, Cribgoch, all that kind of thing, but it is a grey and drizzly old day. I've come to a spot where I don't think I've actually done a video before. It's just up here. It is a place called Union Rock Craigrandeb. Should be better at using the Welsh names by default, such as Wyddford and that. I'm on the GoPro for this bit. I've just got a new one. I don't really like GoPros, but comment below if it looks alright. I'm still getting used to this one. I shall put the big camera on for the main event. So I'm just going to wander up this way, put the bike down over here. Today's video is how to decide how many points you should put on your belay setup when you're lead climbing, but it's probably applicable to, you know, top roping and all that kind of stuff as well. My waterproofs are not waterproof. I've just felt a slightly wet leg as I've started to walk up here off the bike. I've done a video previously on scoring gear and judging gear placements. Probably going to be a little bit of crossover on that. I'll link it up above in the corner as usual, because it might be one that's worth looking at. But it kind of, I think it's a long time ago I did that video, but just goes a little stage beyond that in kind of the decision making process, because I find that people can start to make some good judgments pretty quickly on gear, but then it's such a time save and an efficiency thing to come up with good plans for building a belay and that kind of thing. It's really important from a safety point of view as well as efficiency to know how many points to put in your belay. Is 2 enough, 3 enough, 4 enough? It depends, doesn't it? So bear with me a second. I shall set up the proper camera, find some points here to put in and have a little chat about that. Right, I found a spot that's got a few bits of gear in it. One there, one there, one there. We'll have a closer look in just a second. I mentioned that video I did previously, and that talks about scoring kit and making judgments on like the individual placements. For me, that's pretty important, what we're going to discuss and come up with that sort of framework. A really experienced climber, when they're building a belay, they probably slot 2, 3, however many bits in and go to themselves, right, that's good enough, or no, that's not good enough, I'll put some more in. It's almost done subconsciously. We do want to give it some thought, because it's really easy to just sort of slip into, you know, being on autopilot and making an error. So we do want to concentrate. But when you're starting out, how do you know what's good enough and what's not good enough? Because you haven't necessarily got that experience to make that decision. So that's where this kind of framework falls into place for me. Watch that other video, but briefly, an absolute perfect placement for me will score 5 out of 5. A very good placement that has, you know, I've got no doubt in my mind that it's going to stay in if I fall off, but it's not quite perfect. That's like a 4. A 3, that's one that I expect will hold me, but if it ripped out, it wouldn't blow my mind. 2's the opposite of that. It's kind of a bit of a psychological piece. It might do something, but I'm not expecting it to. And 1, it's a joke bit of kit. It's going to fall out if I look at it too long. I just like to give everything a score. There's loads of other scoring systems, 1 to 4, 1 to 6, 1 to 10. Good enough, not good enough. Whatever you do is up to you, but hopefully this will provide that framework. Like I mentioned, you can hear the train in the distance. Now, these bits of kit, as I turn the GoPro on, it was already on, just get it in the right mode. I want to do a time lapse of these. Really, right, if we're looking at this one, number 5 nut, very, very good, right? It's got loads of contact, but it's not perfect contact on this side, right? So this side really good, this side not perfect, but it kind of can't come through the gap, so I'm pretty happy with it. You might lose a bit on the pictures, I'm afraid, but I'll do my best to explain them. For me, that's going to be a 4. This red one's pretty similar actually, in that you know, very good contact on this side, not quite so good on this side. You can see there's some area of metal not touching, so again it's a 4 for me. Get the kit out the way there. This one, it's a big nut, a number 10 nut. Look at the contact on it. It's pretty much bang on. There's the tiniest bit missing on that bottom corner, but only a tiny bit. The rest of the contact is ace. Can't see on the camera, but looking underneath, it's all really good down there as well. Sorry if the audio didn't go so well on that bit. Sort of in the wrong place for it all. So giving that one a 5 out of 5. I think it's as close to textbook as we need things to be. That one, we're giving that a 4, and the one over there a 4 as well. Adding those up, what do we get? Let me just put the GoPro to one side. Okay, well, we get a lot of points there, don't we? 5 plus 4 plus 4, you can do the maths. What do we need to build a belay? Well, for me, certainly when starting out, I want people to score 10 points for a belay. So if you've got 2 absolutely perfect bits of kit, and I mean like absolutely perfect, then perhaps that's good enough to build a belay. I've given those 4s and 5s. They're all a decent size. Perhaps we could be thinking along the lines of stuff under a number 5 nut can't score 5 out of 5. That's where the other video goes into more detail. But I've come up here, I've led up my route, I found these bits of kit. Would I be happy going off those 2 4s out of 5s? Well, in this framework, no. Is that a problem? No, because there's a 3rd bit of kit here, isn't it? And how long extra does it take to place that 3rd piece of kit? So I'm a big fan of erring on the side of caution. Once you've been climbing for years and done loads and loads of routes, you can start to refine your decision making a bit more, can't you? But that's based on experience. I just think, why not place 3 in this circumstance, right? Just to humour myself as much as anything. I have no idea how long this will take. But let's say I've placed these 2 bits of kit and I'm going to build a belay. I'm just going to go with a sling. I'm clipping one. I'm clipping the second one. Doing it up as well because I'm on camera and I don't want to get called out for doing stuff not perfectly. I'll bring it all back together. Hey, because we're not quite on Instagram, are we? But YouTube will do the Instagram special of a little lark's foot one, partly because it's quicker. There we go, do that up. That's given me a master point to clip into. Didn't take me very long. I love 2-point belays. They're dead quick, aren't they? Neat, tidy, don't use so much kit and all that as well. But what about if we need to use that 3rd? Because I've just said that I think we would use a 3rd in this one. Okay, well that's fine. Let's just get these bits out of the way for a second. And how much longer is it going to take to rig that 3-point belay? Well, the answer is not a lot. I mean, I can time it and maybe I'll flash it up. Of course it's going to take longer, but not that much longer, especially in the wind. These 240 slings blow around a bit. But I still don't think it's going to be too much longer. Right, bang those in, clip it, and I'm going to do it up because, like I say, why not? Do that one up as well once he's in. Instead of making a V this time, we're going to make a W. It's going to go a bit further down the crag. There we go. Slide this little join out the way, otherwise it's going to just get in the way. It's guaranteed, isn't it? There we go. Neaten that up. I've got to do it properly. Right, joins well out the way there. This came to hand, a different carabiner, but the same principle for the little Insta special lark's foot one. What you do is up to you. It's not my normal one, if I'm honest, but it does speed things up, and I am on the clock, aren't I? So maybe that's an advantage of it. Wasn't a lot longer really, was it? And I've added an extra piece, so I feel I'm definitely safer. Like I say, once you've been climbing a long time, you might start to decide a bit more readily that things are 2-point belays. You know, we don't want to slip too far the other way though. I've said starting out overcautious is good. We don't want to be gung-ho about it and go, oh yeah, I'm really cool, I'm only going to place 2 bits of kit. Placing less gear isn't cool, and it doesn't save you any time of any consequence either. Being efficient at doing these things is what saves you the time. I hope you can see how much it's raining. It's absolutely disgusting. If I've placed 3 3s out of 5, I've only scored 9 points, haven't I? So maybe I'd need a 4th one there. Sometimes I will place 4 bits of kit. I've definitely placed more bits of kit, especially on, when I'm in dodgy rock, on sea cliffs and stuff like that. That's not the norm when you're first starting out though. I think you want to be going to crags that have got nice steady routes and loads of good gear opportunities to get really dialed at doing all this nice and efficiently, and then you can push on to the more exciting places. Sometimes I'll go off 1 point, that completely blows up my system, doesn't it? If it's only 1 point though, it's going to be like a massive unquestionable tree or an unquestionable boulder, that kind of thing. We've got to think about like ABC, anchor belay, climber, especially with the 1 point. Is everything in line? Because you don't get the stability that you get from the multi-point anchors. A last little bit of advice, when you get to the top of your route, before you even decide how many points you need to place, think about where you're going to belay and come up with a little plan. Where do I want to sit or stand? where does that mean my gear wants to be, you know, roughly within that 60 or 90 degree angle, and then you go, right, I want stuff within there. Great. Before you even place it, go, right, that's one option, that's another option, oh, that works together well, or that doesn't work together, these three do work well. Do you see what I mean? Just take a few seconds to come up with a plan and then go for it, then set it up, and you'll be more efficient and have it in the right place. That's just a bonus little top tip. Think about the scoring system, think about how many points you need. Just be aware there's loads of other systems as well, so don't get too sucked into thinking either this is the only way, or oh, this other way is the right way, that way's rubbish. You know, just use what works for you. That's the important thing, and learn as many as you can and find the one that works for you best. That's my top tip. And if you are an instructor type and teaching, have various different methods as well, and understand other people's methods. That's really important, isn't it? Well, I hope that video's been interesting. I hope you've had a chuckle at me sat in the rain in my, I'm not my prime waterproofs, these are my backup ones. Oh, actually they're like backup of backup ones because I've got so much work going on at the moment. I'm trying to save the really good ones for the days out at work. So you'll be chuckling away at the fact that my legs are as wet as a wet thing sat here in the rain. The boy is looking proper grumpy over there. Please do fire away those questions, put them in the comments below. You know I'm happy to answer as best I can. Find us on Instagram, that's massively appreciated. Trying to up my numbers on that, and Facebook as well, and click the like button, smash the subscribe button, all that kind of stuff. Right, I'm going to run away as quickly as humanly possible because the weather is getting worse and worse. As always, thanks very much for watching. More videos coming up very soon.